I'm JR.
And today we are probably going to talk about a topic that kind of bugs both of us from time to time.
Yeah, and it didn't really hit me until the other day when I was in line getting lottery tickets, and somebody did it, and it just since the pandemic I haven't seen it much, but now that people are back out.
Right. But first, of course, we need to do our holidays for the week. Starting with today, which is July 5th. Yesterday was 4th of July. But today, July 5th, National Apple Turnover Day, National Graham Cracker Day, National Bikini Day, and National Hawaii Day.
And then Tuesday, you got July 6th, you got National Fried Chicken Day, and International Kissing Day.
And then on Wednesday, July 7th, we have National Strawberry Sundae Day, National Tell the Truth Day, National Dive Bar Day, and International Chocolate Day. And then before you say the holidays, on Thursday, July 8th, will be our 1-year wedding anniversary.
Yes. And that's National Freeze Pop Day, National Video Game Day, National Body Painting Day, and National Liberty Bell Day.
And then on Friday, July 9th is National Sugar Cookie Day, National Motorcycle Day, and National Collector Car Appreciation Day.
And then Saturday, we have National Pina Colada Day, National Kitten Day, National Teddy Bear Picnic Day, and National Don't Step on a Bee Day.
And then on Sunday, July 11th, we have National Blueberry Muffin Day, National Mojito Day, National Marine Corps Creation Day, and International Population Day. So that's the holidays for the week. And before we get started with our actual topic, I am going to show off a little bit more of our merchandise. This is JR in his Cardio Sucks But It Works shirt. The only reason that we can't actually use it in our videos is because the sample that I ordered it in green, and we used a green screen, so it wouldn't actually show up.
All you'd see is my head.
Right. We have the pet bandana, we have an apron, and then we also have a beanie and the coffee mug. This is our second logo, which is our avatars. And you can get anything for the JK a lot. You can get the avatars. You can also get what shirt that I'm wearing. It says, let me stand up a little. It says cardio and coffee. So that's what this shirt is. And you can get anything for the cardio and coffee. And the Cardio Sucks But It Works. I'm going to be doing, probably at the beginning of next month, I am going to be adding some other merch with some other sayings. I'm working on 2 of them. One of them will be our main logo, Get Fit, Don't Quit, which is something that both of us are very passionate about, but I still haven't quite gotten that logo the way that I want it yet. So once I get that done the way that I want it, I will have the merchandise up on. But I'm gonna try and do a release date of August 1st. Yeah, this is July. I'll try to do a release date for August 1st. Some stuff that's not our logo, but stuff that you still might like. So, but other than that, our topic today is people talking on speakerphones in public.
Mainly, what frustrates me is, okay, if you're going to be on your speakerphone in public, look, I don't give a shit. But if you get mad because people are listening to your conversation,
then take it off a speakerphone.
Right. It's mainly, okay, if you use FaceTime because you have to, like, say you're at Walmart, you want to show somebody something you're trying to buy.
Right.
I can understand things like that.
But if you're having do that with me because you want to show me something.
If you're having
as soon as you show it, take it off a speakerphone and then have a conversation.
But if you're having a conversation about something that's happened in your life or something that's happened today, and you're starting to, and you're getting aggravated about something that happened today, like say you got an argument with your friend and you're complaining to your other friend about the argument and it's on speakerphone and you're like, I don't want to hear all of that.
Right, I don't. I get irritated when people are in public on a speakerphone. I don't want to hear your conversation. I really don't. And it irritates me when people are walking around Walmart or any store and they're on a speakerphone.
And they're putting their business out there.
Right.
And then they wonder why people know their business.
I get, and I mean, to be honest.
How do you think people wind up on websites?
I
saw this today, I heard this today, and you know.
And I mean, it's not just the stores too. Your mom sits in here on a speakerphone and then gets upset that we listen.
It's not the speakerphone. It's Facebook. Because I don't think Facebook Messenger has a option to.
But if she's going to get on Facebook, then she needs to go into a private room and not be in a public area.
Why are you commenting on my conversation, Mom? Because it's right there.
Right. Because you're having it loud in front of everybody.
It's like, I don't want to know.
Whenever I get on the phone, if I'm in a public place and I get on the phone, I'm going to go somewhere where it's private. I'm not going to continue to have a private conversation in public. Period. Right. I don't care who I'm talking to. I don't care where I'm at.
Regular conversations on the phone. You know, regular conversations while I'm in the store, because I'll call you and say, hey, you know, did I forget something?
But you don't put me on speaker, and you're
unless
not
I gotta show
broadcasting.
You
right. You're
like
not broadcasting.
If I'm like, hey, is this what we need? I'll pick it up and be like,
right.
And I'll show you on the speakerphone with the camera, and then I'll take it off and be like, okay, you know, whatever.
Right.
It's just, what irritates me is, like I said, people start thinking, why you all up in my business?
Right.
You're on speakerphone, you're on FaceTime, you're on Facebook Messenger in a public place, and we can hear what y'all talking about.
Exactly.
So why would we not know your business?
Right. And I mean, private conversations should be for private, not public. Just like, I mean, it gets irritating when we go to a restaurant, because we've gotten to where we go, you know, out once a month. And when somebody gets on a personal phone call, and even if they're not on speakerphone, but they're talking loudly in a restaurant, if you're having a private conversation, even if the people can only hear one part of the conversation, if you're having a private conversation, you should go outside. You should go somewhere that people are not listening to your conversation. And I mean, that's just, to me, that's basic phone etiquette, you know.
Because what if you're sitting in a booth and somebody behind you is talking on the phone, and you overhear their conversation, and then some person in the group that heard the conversation, they start making these quips and jokes about their conversation. Then the person behind them that's talking on the phone gets mad, and then we have a fight.
Right.
You know, because people do that.
Or what if somebody's doing business? If they're a stock trader, or how insider trading happens, is because people are doing private business phone calls in public, and people can hear that. Other people can hear it, and it's just, you should not do. See,
I have this strange.
I mean, to me, that's just, since cell phones have been that should be an etiquette thing. That should be phone etiquette. If you're going to have a private conversation, go somewhere private.
I have this thing that I wouldn't call it a superpower, but it's something that I've had developed since I was a kid, since I was a teenager. And I've told you this before, even not on video, but I've told you that in high school, if I focused on the teacher's lesson, I would not get it. You wouldn't
get it, right.
But if I doodled or wrote or read something, I would pick up everything So I've noticed in my life, when I go to restaurants, even before I met you, if I'm talking a conversation with you, and there's 3 or 4 conversations in distance, I can pick up everything.
I can't do that.
So it's hard for me to sit there in a restaurant and have a conversation, and then somebody's behind me, they're having a conversation, you know, because I hear, it's like for some reason my senses are heightened.
You're picking up everything.
Right, I'm picking, because when we go to corral before we had my surgery and all that.
Right.
I would sit there and we were talking. It would be me, you, my mom, Marcus, my uncle, and we're talking. But I'm hearing 2 or 3 different conversations around me, and it's like I wouldn't call it a superpower, but it's just something that sits with me.
Right, and I think Marcus can do that too, especially with his ADHD. He picks up on all the different conversations.
Well, maybe that's why my doctor just diagnosed me with that.
Right.
But another thing when it comes to phone etiquette, I use my phone to look at more than I need to talk on. Because now, when I was single and cell phones were a thing, I would always be texting and calling and so.
And see, I have reason to use my phone, even out in public, because I have the merch line, I have the book the book line that I'm working on.
But I'm always driving, so it doesn't matter with you.
I also have the YouTube stuff that I have going on that I'm constantly, anytime I get any comments or anything on any videos, I get messages on my phone, and then I try to respond to any comments almost immediately. So anytime I get any of those notifications, I am on my phone. But when we're in public, I try not to be on my phone. When we go to Walmart, if I have my phone, I'm either looking at the list or I'm looking at Walmart's app to find out where something's at.
I've always said that if my mom wasn't alive, I wouldn't
need. But you're on your phone all the time.
I wouldn't need a phone. I would get a prepaid phone with 500 or 600 minutes, and I would only use the internet when I was home. I wouldn't look at the phone when I was out unless it was a text message.
Well, see, like I said, at Walmart, I use the Walmart app to see where things are at in the store.
But the only reason I look at my phone is because wherever I go, I can get the internet for free, so I look at my phone. But if I had a prepaid phone that had no data on it,
and see, I'm not interested. And I mean, like I said, I'll get, even when we're in Walmart shopping together, I'll get a notification about a comment, and I'll wait before I respond to the comment on the video. I'll wait till we get into the car, and then I'll respond to it. But I try not to respond. Like when we're in a store, when we're in public, I try to get what I'm doing done, and then I go.
I guess the moral of my topic is this. I'm not saying what to do. I'm not saying don't be on speakerphone in public. That's your choice. If you want to do that, that's fine. My whole thing that ticks me off is when somebody gets mad or aggravated when they say, well, why are you listening to my conversation?
Because
you're on speakerphone and you're in public. Or you're on your phone and you're having a public conversation around people.
You're having a private conversation in public.
If you want speakerphone on FaceTime because you got to FaceTime your mom that's in the hospital, or your kid that's in the hospital, or your kid's at home to check on them,
go outside,
and you just want to check on them, I don't care.
I know,
but when you start talking, if you can, go
outside. I mean,
but what if you're in the back of the mall somewhere and you got a FaceTime? You ain't got time to go outside.
Well, you talk while you're heading out the door.
Right.
While you're heading towards
But like I said, if you're on FaceTime for some important reason, or it's an emergency and somebody's FaceTiming you because they try to get in touch with you to let you know something happens, I can understand that. But when you get mad when somebody's listening to your conversation and they're just sitting there like,
you need to, if you're talking on your phone in public, you need to get over any public listening to your conversation. That's all. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't. You need to get over it.
You can't be upset. That's basically like saying if a couple is arguing in public and somebody
try not to.
Right, and somebody tries to say, hey, y'all need to take that away.
Right.
They get mad because they think that you're in their business. No.
You're in a public place.
Take it away. Take that somewhere else.
Just like people say, get a room. That's because you're in public. I mean, you're in public, and certain.
It depends on how far they take the PDA.
True.
If you're just doing like little sloppy kisses on the cheek or a little on the lip, that's fine. But when you start like eating each other's face, then that's different.
Right.
But like I said, I just don't need to know what's going on in people's lives. If I wanted to know that, I would become friends with them.
Right. And to me, I'm not interested in other people's lives. I know many people can call me a hermit if you want, but I'm introverted to begin with.
I'm not interested in other people's lives. I just like to know the good and bad that happen, the experiences.
Well,
it's not really their lives. It's just like experiences that they've,
Right.
I'm interested in human beings' experiences with life, good and bad.
Right.
Not their whole life.
I have a smidgen of agoraphobia, which is I don't like to go out of the house much. And it could be, my therapists have told me many times, it could go into full-blown agoraphobia if I'm not forced to get out of the house more often. But also, I'm introvert. I keep to myself. It's not that I'm shy, it's just I have been, for certain, I've been wronged and I've been hurt a lot in my life, and I've had very, very bad things happen to me. So I tend to stay away from other people because I don't want someone taking advantage of me or someone physically hurting me.
You honestly think, as many times as I've told you this, if we ever won the lottery, $16-17 million, and we had a house and I had my own gym and I didn't have to donate plasma, and the only food that I would go pick up, I would
have a garden so bad.
The only food that I would go pick out for us is meat, fresh fruits, and fresh vegetables, in between time.
And
Other than that, I would have everything delivered. I just don't trust people picking out the meat for me or the fruit or the vegetables.
That's why I would love to have pigs and chickens. We could have our own pork and chicken.
And we just bring them to the butchers and have them do it.
I can do that myself. I can cut my own. Well, the pig, I would have to.
We would have too much time. We wouldn't have enough time.
Well,
I would just go to a local butcher and buy my own meat. Mm. But you think you honestly think that I enjoy going out. I don't. I do it because I have to go to the gym. I can't not go to the gym.
I know. I have to donate plasma, which is weird to me. I enjoy going to the gym. So that to get out of the house, because I've looked at many times. I've looked at the workout routines that we can do in the house, but I enjoy getting out and going to the gym. If we had our own house, if we had like what we're trying to do, get our own property and get our own house, I would want to have a gym separate from the house because that would still be part of my routine. Get up and go to the gym.
Even if it's only 20 feet on the yard. Even if it's only 20 feet out the house.
Right, but I would still want to go out of the house to go to the gym because that would be part of my routine. Being in the house, that's too easy to say, I can put that off. Me, it's part of my schedule. I get up, I go to the gym.
See, but now that you're in that mindset, that makes me worry. That makes me want to, like, if we ever did get a house and we could afford to make a gym, I'd rather just go to a gym so that way it gives us a reason to get out the house. Even if it's just a gym and we don't go nowhere else.
If we could afford to get...
I don't think I'd be motivated enough if I had my own gym.
I would. I would put that in my schedule. Now, if it was inside the house, that would be different.
I might do more than I need to do.
Right. If it was inside the house, that would be different than if it's in a separate building. But I would want to, like, get an extra garage to put gym equipment in to do, because I would want to have at least one treadmill. I would want to have
one treadmill. We need two.
If we have the property that we want, that we're trying to get,
have a treadmill.
We would have a track on the house. We would have a track on the property. If we get the property that we want, we would put a walkway around the property to walk on.
I still do the treadmill because I run when I'm on a treadmill. I feel more obligated to continue to run because running on a pavement, like one of the guys, the trainer, said, he's different.
Right.
He says he feels better when he runs on a pavement than he does, treadmill. So, but moral of the story is, when you're in public, if you possibly can, take your conversation and move it private. Because nobody wants to know. Well, I'm sorry. Some people do want to know.
Some people love being nosy.
They love to know what's going on in strangers' lives.
Right. Some people like to be nosy, and they're going to purposely listen to your conversation if you let them. So my advice, my whole thing is, take it to somewhere private. Just because you have a cell phone, just because you have something that's in your hand and you can talk on the phone, still you need to take your conversation private to a private place.
And if you're on Bluetooth and somebody thinks you're talking to them, don't get snippy with them, because if their back is turned to you and you're talking on your Bluetooth and they not automatically, but they assume you're talking to them, don't get rude with them. Just be nice. Say, oh, I'm on my Bluetooth, and then turn around
on the phone.
Right. You don't have to get smart with somebody.
I know.
Like, hey, like if I said, like, me and you didn't know each other and my back is to you and you're on your cell phone and your Bluetooth, and I think you're talking to me, and I turn around and say, excuse me, did you say something?
Right.
And you come off like, no, I'm on my phone. Thank you very much. That's rude. All you got to say, I'm on my phone. Sorry.
Sorry.
And walk. You don't have to be rude with people.
Right. So that's going to be it for today. Please like and subscribe. The link to our social medias and our store is below. We also have a store on Facebook that has a lot of the same items that we have on our Spread Shop. So I would love for you to go to either Facebook or to Spread Shop and support us. Again, in August, I will be putting up some new merchandise, and I will be showing that as well. So please like and subscribe, and come back on Wednesday for my videos.
And Friday for mine. And please, don't be afraid to interact with us.
Right.
We would love to have some feedback, some comments, some questions, some subjects, anything to give us something to talk about, because you don't realize how frustrating it is trying to find something to talk about.
Right.
We love to discuss things. That's the one thing about
and
our
we want to
relationship.
have a conversation. We want to have a conversation with you. So
anybody,
give us some topics, something you want us to talk about, something about our relationship, something about our journeys for our weight loss, because we're both at different stages.
Or if you have anything that you've learned that you want to pass on to us about our journey, about relationships, about life, any experiences, hey, let us know.
Right. So like and subscribe and come back, and y'all have a nice week. Bye-bye.